Hello, I'm drinking Tropical Oberon. I guess it's this year's fruit Oberon version. They did mango Oberon last year in a wide release bottle, so that was pretty good. I got it a couple times and I think got kind of tired of it after a while. It also did not age well, as most just regular beers with fresh fruit in them are like. But this one is not just mango, it's also guava and passion fruit. I'm a fan of regular Oberon. It's probably one of the best, really popular summer seasonal wheat ales out there that has some actual interesting notes to it, even without added fruit. So it's just the same strength, 5.8. It's a little bit over a month old, so it should be in good shape. But guava and passion fruit will add a good amount of tartness, and maybe a little bit of bitterness too, or something. Guava always seems to me to have some kind of bitterness that almost reminds me of like a dry hop sour or just a straight IPA. So that comes in really hazy. That looks like New England IPA, and one of the ones that has a really wispy little head. That's not going to last too long. I think in part because of the tartness, but immediately a little fruit fly went in there. It is the summer season and I'm in the plant room, so we got these flies. But it's very appropriate to be drinking this beer right now because it's hot. Yeah, really big guava passion fruit. The mango and the Oberon flavors are not much in there in the aroma. If you give this to me, I might almost think that it's a fruit sour. But there's no, I mean, a sour doesn't really mean that much. If you add fruit to something and it makes it sour, it's still, in the loosest term, a sour beer. But you can make beers that are actually fermented with lactobacillus that aren't very sour at all, and those are what most people would call sour ales. I don't know if I like this lighting situation here. I don't know if I can fix it for you, but good. But let's just drink into it. Yeah, the acidity fades away real quick. It's not a real puckering thing. I wonder how they do this though. They said they brewed with real passion fruit, pink guava, and mango. But this beer, I guess they probably pasteurize it or something, so it does not re-ferment, because it seems like they don't, ferment all of the sugars of the fruit. It's very much in the shandy category, I would say. There's a little bit of the classic Oberon subtle fruity yeast and spiciness in there, but the fruit in this one are just busting out. Last year's mango Oberon was a little bit more balanced with the fruit and actual beer characteristics. This one is probably what a lot of people would really like. The weird thing is that a lot of people who are into like super fruity beers, they like this more than a lot of the people who are just hardcore Oberon heads, who are a lot of them are like older guys who are not into the super hip craft beer scene, and they don't want sour beers brewed with marshmallow and lactose. They just want their regular old Oberon or a Hoo Garden or something like that. And this is very far away from that sort of thing. It's good, refreshing right now, no boostiness, pretty well blended, but you could just get an Oberon and add the fruit yourself. It would probably be about the same price. I mean, this is like 10 bucks, 11 bucks a 4-pack. So more expensive than your regular Oberon, but not crazy. Pardon me. Still got some good carbonation, even though you can't really see the bubbles. The mango Oberon had a lot of sediment, and this does also. But it seems like it's just from the brewing process. It's not like live yeast or anything. They don't bottle condition it. But let's see what happens if I pour in. But there's like an opaque bottom to that, and there's not really a good way to show it on camera. You can't really see that. No. Oh yeah, you can kind of see that my finger is barely showing through there. Yeah, now it's starting to fall a little bit, but that's a lot of thick sediment, and a different kind of sediment that you find in wild aged beers and also New England IPAs. I would recommend this. It's done pretty well. but you have to be in the mood for something that's just like really passion fruit guava forward. If you don't like passion fruit and guava, you're not gonna like this one. And those are some pretty assertive flavors. But it's very drinkable now, but it's something that you wouldn't necessarily want to chug. I guess you could. It's a good thing for sipping when it's hot out, but it needs to be very chilled. This probably would not be that pleasant when it's warm. For a rating 4 plus or something like that, I think they could figure out a better blend of fruit that isn't so overpowering, where it just, takes like the shandy territory. And it's weird to me, how is it the same strength as Oberon, but they brew it with this? So I just wish breweries would be a little bit more open with the process, even though most people drinking these beers don't really care, because it's like, if you just add fruit to the beer, it's going to lower the ABV. So did you ferment some of the fruit? Did you make a stronger version of Oberon? I don't know. Are you just not caring because it only changed the ABV a few ticks, so you just left it the same? Because I know that it legally doesn't have to be perfectly on the dot to the ABV, because everyone knows that beer and wine and stuff varies. It's just, every batch cannot be exactly the same alcohol, so there's a little bit of, not grace period, but gray area that's allowed. But this doesn't seem like it's, a lot lower. It seems like it is actually 5.8. That's one problem I have with these sorts of beers. But it is good. I might buy it again even this year.